There are some kind of directors, when you hear they are releasing a movie, it is like an event because this is not something that happens all the time. But when it happens, you know that you're getting a masterpiece. Directors like Christopher Nolan, Quentin Tarantino, Martin Scorsese, Kunle Afolayan, those high caliber directors, whenever you hear they have a movie, it's automatically an event because you know you are going to be blown away by whatever they give you. This film is a Martin Scorsese film, and it was an event in my mind. I knew I had to watch this film no matter when it came out. I just had to watch it. That was my mindset going into this movie. Welcome back to the channel, guys. In this video, I want to talk about Killers of the Flower Moon. Killers of the Flower Moon is a film by Martin Scorsese, like I said earlier. This film is based on real events and it follows the story of the Osage people and the people that were killing and murdering them to get their assets and their lands at some point in time. When I heard Martin Scorsese was releasing a movie this year, I was so excited about it because his last film was in 2019, The Irishman. When I saw that movie, I fell in love with it immediately. And that's not his first film I've loved. I've seen a lot of his movies that I absolutely loved. And I heard that this man is giving us another film. I'm like, it is a no-brainer. I was so excited to see it, and I was really, really looking forward to this film. And when I finally saw this film, it did not live up to my expectation. It did not live up to my expectations. Don't get me wrong, a lot of things worked very well with this film. I mean, it's a Martin Scorsese film. You know that there are some things that have to live up to standard, and those things really do. Like the cinematography was beautiful. Like every scene that you see in this film is like almost like a piece of art. The cinematography was so so good. There are some images that I saw. I was like, wow, how did this man achieve this kind of shots? Like they were so so beautiful to see. The sets were amazing. The set design was incredible. The costume design, it felt very very accurate to the time period that they were in, and all those things, it came together brilliantly. The set designs, the costume, the cinematography, it's like they all have a mind of their own and they just came together and worked brilliantly together with this film. And the performances were incredible. I mean, you have people like Leonardo DiCaprio and Robert De Niro, two of Martin Scorsese's favorite lead men in this one film. Like, of course, you know these people are going to give phenomenal performances, and they do. Their performances were incredible. Leonardo DiCaprio's performance in this film, especially, was just something so beautiful to see. You know, when you've seen an actor's film so many times, you can at least pinpoint some things that have existed in other characters that they've played in the character they are playing presently. Like, if you don't understand what I'm saying, let me use Leonardo DiCaprio as an example because he's what I'm talking about. Like, when I was watching this film, seeing Leonardo DiCaprio, I was thinking I could pinpoint some character traits in this character, the character I played in this film, in some other characters he has played in other films. But no, I didn't see any trait of any characters he has ever played before. It was a different kind of character I was playing, and he played it phenomenally well. You will never ever see Leonardo DiCaprio in this film. At some point, Save, I forgot that it was Leonardo DiCaprio that I was watching because it doesn't even look like Leonardo DiCaprio because they do some things with his face and his teeth, so it doesn't really look like him. But man, his performance was so so good. His performance was incredible. I mean, he's an A-lister for a reason. You expect those kind of performances from actors like that, and my man delivered phenomenally well. And Robert De Niro. Robert De Niro is over 70. I don't know how old he is, but he's a very, very old man. No offense. But he's an older man, and for him to still be able to deliver phenomenal performances like this is just mind blowing. His performance and Leo's performance were incredible. Their chemistry together was so so good. Speaking of chemistry, the chemistry Leonardo DiCaprio had with Lily Gladstone, the woman that played his wife in the film, their chemistry was also very very incredible. You could really really see the love these people had. Even though some things were happening with Leo's character, you could still see that this man really loves this woman, and the woman also feels the same way. Like their chemistry just made that aspect work so well. Speaking of Lily Gladstone, I have not seen her before in any movie. This was my first movie seeing her. Her performance in this film was incredible. She brought so much art to this film. It's like she's the art of this film, and her performance just conveys that so so well. She delivered a fantastic performance. Not just her, all the cast members. It's a Martin Scorsese film. There are some directors that when you see their film, you know that the actors are going to bring their A game, and they also know how to direct the actors to give exactly what they want. And that was how it was in this film. All the actors did phenomenal jobs. Their performances were incredible. But as much as the performances and the direction of this film was incredible, the story itself did not hook me. I don't know, I think I expected more from the story. Because like I said, The Irishman that came out in 2019 blew my mind. And I was expecting something like that. Although the quality of that movie and this movie were like on the same level, I could even say the quality of this film was even greater than that one. Or I expected that kind of story. But I guess that is a fault of mine because they are two different stories. One is a gangster flick, and one is a story about some people that are being exploited and taken advantage of. So that story did not really connect with me. I don't know. I was waiting for it to hook me, but it did not hook me. and it didn't feel suspenseful enough. Like if the movie was suspenseful, it would have hooked me, but there was no suspense about it, and I was hoping and wishing to see something suspenseful about it, but I didn't get it. And the mystery of it was very, very little. Like from the beginning, you could even tell who the bad guys were. I think the trailer even gave away some things, so it was easy for me to say, okay, these are the people that are the bad guys. Like from the first moment, I knew that this guy, I'm not supposed to trust him because I've seen some things in the trailer that made me not to trust them. So I knew not to trust some people. They are trying to be some mystery about it, but because it was already given away in the trailer, it was not really mysterious to me. So it did not have suspense, it did not have mystery. So because it did not have those things, the movie just failed to hook me. Don't get me wrong, the story is a fantastic story. If you are really into stories like that, you'll find it incredible. But for me, it wasn't very, very compelling. I didn't connect with it as much as I would have liked to. And because I didn't connect with the story, it's not making me enjoy the movie as a whole. Like I enjoyed some aspects of it. Like I said, the cinematography, the performances, everything that came together worked with it. Just the story did not hook me. And that was something I was really, really looking forward to. And this film was almost 3 hours, 30 minutes long. Just like The Irishman. The Irishman was the same length. And it does not feel like it is that long. And that's something I really appreciate. It does not feel that it goes on for that long because the pacing was paced right. Everything that made it into the film, it had a reason to be there. There are no scenes that were just there for being their sake. Like everything that was there had a reason to be there, and the pacing was done very, very right. Even though there was very little mystery about it, the director was always one step ahead of the audience, and that was something that made the pacing work very, very well. And I really, really appreciated that. Another thing I loved about it was the ending. The way it ended the film was done in a very, very creative way. Like I don't think I've seen an ending like that before. It was brilliant. And when I saw it in this film, like it blew my mind. That ending was very, very creative, and it was an ending I've never ever seen before, and it's made me appreciate this film so much. If you've seen the movie, I'm sure you know the ending I'm talking about. But let me just give an example of the things I'm talking about. Well, films that are inspired by real life stories. Anytime the film finishes and they'll just want to round up the thing, they'll just write some words or they'll write some sentences about how the story progressed or what really happened to the people in real life. But it does not do that in this film. It doesn't just write it out. It actually comes out and tells us in a very, very creative way. And man, I love that ending so much. It was one of the best endings I've ever seen. It was so creative and so enthralling to watch, honestly. And I just appreciated that ending so much. Overall, this film was a very, very good film. The set designs and the costume designs were very, very impressive. The performances from the actors were incredible. The cinematography was amazing. And the direction from Martin Scorsese was the cherry on the cake. But as much as all those things were good, the story just did not hook me. And I was not blown away by the story. But every other thing apart from that story was very, very good. Me saying the story does not hook me doesn't mean the story was a bad story or anything. It's just that I couldn't connect with that story. I think why I did not connect to that story was because I was expecting so much. I had so much expectations. I was expecting something like The Irishman, although it had elements that are similar to The Irishman, but it wasn't The Irishman. And because I was having that expectations in my mind, it just made me not connect to the story as much as I should have connected with it. So those are my thoughts on the film. Have you guys seen Killers of the Flower Moon? What do you think about it? Comment below and let me know. Is this your first time on my channel? My guy, don't end this year without subscribing to my channel. Don't you try it. Subscribe to my channel now for more contents like this. Thank you for watching. See you in the next video. Cheers.